Come here, kitty kitty. Come here, Luna. Come here. I didn't know where you were. Yeah, I didn't know where you were. One more time. Come here. Kiki, come here. Oh, stubborn. You know how to use the front door? Come here. Nope, you're gonna go hide under the car. Okay, never mind. Well, hang on to her right here. You know what I'm thinking? That I'm putting the cart ahead of the horse here because this one had a bunch of metal in it. I'm going to get the metal out of the splines here. And the other thing you have to do, now that we've polished some holes, you got to polish the shaft. This whole thing needs to be wire wheeled before we slip it in that other seal that we put on there. And then I'm going to go get the metal flakes out of this little guy. And then we'll put this big jabroni on there. Yeah, we gave it the old polish. Got rid of the metal. We're going to stick our seal on there. You don't want to frig this seal. These things are expensive. Got this specialized seal driver. OTC makes it. I don't know what the part number is. 205830. Better put these on. It's about to get real. There. Kind of at the wrong angle of the dangle. But she's on all the way. They go on kind of hard. They seal inside themselves. Let's go get some grease. We'll grease up inside there and we'll schlep her in. You want a full 2 fingers of grease. Do the big hole. Smear some off there. Reach around, do the little one. Move that baby up. This seal works the same way. It spins inside of itself, you know what I mean? And then at this moment you realize, like, crap, I got way too much grease. Put a little on the face here. A little there, a little everywhere. So I'm going to go wipe this somewhere. Come here, Mr. Hanky. Now, we're just going to pull this off at that point. Ugh. We'll bring her on up. Guide it in. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, shit, wait, there we go. Make sure you're clicked in the ring gear and the side gears there. Once it is, send it. But you got to send it to the exact depth of this tool. You put your apparatus up there. Give her the beans. I felt that hit bottom. Once you do, you'll hear it and feel it. And there it is. You're in. You're in all the way. Any schmoo out of here you might have got on there. That's going to leave a little bit of that on there. Give it a little bit right there, and that's it. Now we should be able to turn the wheel. We got to put the wheel bearing on, but I got some cleaning up to do on that baby. This is getting confusing for me, so we're going to try to pick up the pieces here. It's been a few days. I think we started working on this truck on a Friday, and here we are on a Monday. And it appears I left myself a wheel bearing to put back in. So we lubed up the O-ring on it. Looks like we got it all cleaned up. They're all sandblasted. If I remember correctly, this side here had a lot of metal debris, right? There was a lot of metal from that hub that got all chewed up over here. I'm just wiping some grease off this, just to smear a little on here, help it go in a little better. This inner bearing on these is replaceable. You can buy this bearing separate. That bearing is in good shape. And then I do remember washing this out in the parts washer just to make sure everything was cool. And everything's cool, man. So we're good in that regards. All the metal was coming from the lockout hub assembly. This thing's in nice shape, and that inner axle bearing is in good shape also. So we'll get the backing plate, which I found here. We'll slide that baby on, and then we'll slide the wheel bearing on. We'll get everything all torqued down. Now we're on the right side of it. There's that our wire will get right there. And then we'll grab our nuts, these nuts, and we'll go put them on from the back side. If we go whacking that down with the Ugga Dugga gun, make sure your hub is in all the way. You might have to give it a few light taps. The bore is chamfered, so usually the O-ring goes in quite easily, providing it's lubricated sufficiently. We don't want to get them too tight. I'm going to turn the wheel here now that we can, which is great. Albeit not too fast, has a steering stabilizer on it. Whack down these other two on the front side. We'll just put her on one Ugga Dugga setting. There's that. We will torque them to factory specs, of course, once we look and see what that is. Not very tight, really. 133. So pretty snug if you're just using Snugga Duggas or the calibrated elbow. 133. Ford day at the shop today. I've never seen so many Fords in this place. We usually don't work on very many Fords. But not on that, am I? Oh, there we go. I've also got out in the parking lot a 1995 F250 with 55K on it. Two-wheel drive. It must be from like Florida or something. She is mint. Got the big 5.0 in it. It's got a little hitch in its giddy up though. All original, everything. We're done with the plugs and wires. And it has a bad spark plug. So, guy wants us to do an ignition tune-up on it while it's here. There we go, folks. Let's see if we can't stick our snap ring back in there. Now we need to get a little pry driver. We're gonna stick it back behind this axle. We're gonna make darn sure it's pushed into the hub all the way. And then we'll stick our snap ring up there, like so. And then we'll reach in here with something. Use this torque screwdriver. Come on, baby. Or we won't. Drop your pry bar on the floor. See if I can get back in that sucker. Give her a little squeeze and I'll push with the screwdriver. There we go. Now she's in. That clicked in all the way. If it doesn't seem to snap in the groove, like say, make sure your axle's pushed in all the way. And then we got this little guy, brandy new, because the other one's disintegrated there on him. It's already got all the goo and the grease and everything all over it here. So I'll slide that baby up off there. There we go. Wiggle that until it gets just right. There it is. We're all lined up even with our bolt holes. I was missing a screw on the other side, or somebody had substituted a flathead for it, so I'd seen that originally and I'd purchased 3 new screws, so I'll use these other 2 on this side simply because we have them. And they're quite inexpensive. So I'm not sure what happened over there. It was the correct thread somebody had in it, but it has 6 holes in the outside of this. I don't know if you noticed, but at some point somebody had snapped one off over there because I see one was broke off flush, so maybe that's what happened. So put them in. Torque to spec, of course. Auto, lock. That engaged. That disengaged. Beautiful. Give her a little spritz here of the fluid film. Keep her from getting all rusty. We'll slip the new rotor on. Ooh, very gingerly. Grab us a wheel nut. See if we gotta tweak our shield, which we probably do, inevitably. I'll find out where that's scraping and get that fixed. That one's free. This one is not, however. I really need to get this junk cleaned off my bench. It just keeps accumulating, as junk often does. Running out of bench. Just someday. So what we want to do, because we can in this case, is we want to remove the boot. Get a pocket screwdriver slid underneath it. Kind of work it up and over, boom, just like that. Then we can clean the junk out of this, but then we can heat the crap out of this. It still seems to be a little gooey. That one might not come out as hard. The one on the passenger side, that thing was stuck. Big time. So let me get a pair of vice grips, we'll clamp on that, we'll heat this up, we'll give it some wiggles. Stop it. Kind of weird, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday. That's my first time sparking up the torch all day. Huh. Weird. Oh, and we don't need the torch. Wow. Highly unusual day. Highly unusual. Well, that's not too bad. I'll go get this sandblasted off. We got to sandblast where the ears of the pads go anyways. I'll get the pins cleaned up. We'll come back with everything lubed. I'll go put the torch back where it belongs, I guess. I made it back. Hope you weren't worried. I'll get the boot cleaned out here. Put sandblasted out the hole. Scrape any of the junk out of there. Sprayed her out with some brake parts cleaner, so she should be good. This boot's kind of nasty. We'll get some of the old rusty bits kind of cleaned up in there. If they're real bad, I have these nylon bristle brushes we can stick in there. There, okay, we'll use some silicone, super lube. I like to put it on the outside here because that's where the boot seals, is on this outside lip. All right, so that's one spot we're going to use it. We can stick the boot on there and twirl that around. Of course, we'll lube up the pin, and same thing on the top of that pin, you know, right up there in that groove. You know, definitely make sure you get some silicone in there. You'd be silly if you didn't, because that's where it seals also. Give her a good old shaft lubing. Oh, baby. So there's that. We'll get another hanky here. Wipe that off out here. A little excess won't hurt it. Now it's nice and slippery. And then this one here, we'll make sure that this one's lubricated. We just came out for some good old-fashioned shaft lubing. What's up, Miss O?
Wow. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
You need my help.
Would you like to show us? Huh? Where are you going? All of a sudden you're leaving us. Let's see, I'm gonna go wire wheel that off to make sure that groove's good and clean. We need a good clean groove. There we are. We're going all the way. Oh, look at that. Like a glove. Anything good on the menu this week there, Miss O? Anything special?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, too early to tell because it's Monday. Yep, I didn't know if you had anything special planned. I'm just trying to make small talk with you this morning.
I plan to feed the people.
Oh,
Feed you, the children.
you always do. Yes. You're a good woman. If I can call you a woman.
Oh boy.
It's 2023, you know. Let's see. So we're gonna lube up here where the pad's gonna go. Do you have anything else you want to say, Miss O?
No, I gotta go do some work.
All right, go do some work. Thanks. So put a little lube in there. And then we're gonna put the clips here on our pads. Now they only go one way because of the little ear there. Okay, you'll figure it out. You'll see. You go to put one on wrong, you'll be like, whoa, that's wrong. That don't fit. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. That's what you'll say. It's like if you go put it on this way, boom, that's right. Go put it on this way, boom, wrong. Doesn't fit. Oh, you can't see anyways. You just have to believe me. You'll figure it out. I got faith in you. And we'll slip this little guy in. We have to raise her up a little bit here. Whoa, see that? Clutch move right there. Those are just anti-drag clips. Okay? So make sure you don't push the pad too far, but the pad should easily be wiggleable. And that's not even really a word. But you should be able to slide her in and out with minimal effort. Okay? Now this thing's first rodeo. We'll bring her right over here. Stick her up on there. Whoa. Whoa, fella. Give him a little squeeze. Like put a little blue Loctite on there. We'll put both of them in for good measure. Grab the Ugga gun. Torque setting number 1. There, that. We'll grab the real torquer here. See if I got a socket. There we go. There's that. We'll torque her somewhere in the neighborhood of 166 pound-feet of torque. There's that one. What was that? 175. Went a little over there, fella. Not the end of the world. Okay. There's that one. Went a little over on that one too. 176.6. Must be that's where time I'm pulling and hear the beep and feel the vibration. That's where we stop. So good enough. Let me find the bolts here and we'll get them slid back in. Ooh, that's another good move. Wow. We're gonna take the caliper. We're gonna put a little grease on the inside ears here where it hits the pad. This caliper is pretty clean on the inside. And then we're gonna hit up the caliper, the piston faces here. We'll put just a little lube on them. Help stop the squealies. All right, there's that. Flip it around, make sure you don't have any curly cues in your brake hose. We'll slip that baby there. Get the pin turned the right direction. These pins only go one way. They've got flat spots on them you need to line up. You can get the bolt in without the flat spot being lined up. I'm here to tell you, because the other side was like that. At some point, because I've seen the pin, what it will do is it bends the ear, the little, well, I don't know if it's really near. Well, yeah, I guess it is. The reveal around the pin there that sticks out, it'll bend that little sucker right over. It'll tighten down, your brakes won't fall off, everything will work as intended, but it's not right. Finish your sentence, you idiot. There we go. So we'll torque these down to factory specs as we always do, even when you don't see us. Rest assured that we did at some point. 1/2 inch torque wrench is probably a smidge on the overkill side. However, these are torqued down, I think, to 56 foot-pounds, if I remember right. At least that's what we're taking them to. There we go, feels snug enough. Let's run our wire back across there. Oh, she's a crusty one. Crusty and dirty. Good old dirt roads. Really does our cars in, but we do have an awful lot of dirt roads where we live, which get salt year-round. So some people really criticize my customers in the comments saying they're idiots. I can't believe they don't wash their car every day. Well, let's be honest, dude. When you live on a dirt road, you don't wash your car pretty much ever. Because that's life, because what's the point? When you go to town, if you wash it, it's only clean till you go home. Because the dirt roads are just mud and salt. Pretty much all year, unless we're experiencing a drought. Then they're dusty. And then when it's dusty, they put down more salt to keep the dust down. So, it's a conspiracy, man. The government. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. Because if you do live in the country here, it's kind of one of the necessary evils is you live on gravel road, or dirt roads rather, not even gravel, just dirt. A little bit of gravel, but it's mostly this stuff, which I call dirt. I could be wrong. Crusher run, bank run for the gravel guys, whatever you want to call it. Modified gravel, I think it's another name for it. But it's mostly sand. Loamy soil type dirt, crap. I gotta get something to put this one in. The best thing you can do here in the PRNY to preserve your vehicle, A, the best thing to do is move out of this forsaken state, or B, oil spray that sucker. Fluid film, crown, rust check, anything. All right, that's it, folks. We just need to zippy zap that back off and then put the wheel on, torque it to factory specs, and go for a rip there, bud. Before we go for a rip, I'm going to turn the wheel here. We're going to engage the hub. Make sure everything seems cool, everything looks cool. We're going to give the U-joint a couple pumps here because it'll probably be the last time it ever gets greased, would be my assumption, looking at everything else. I don't think this truck really gets all the hugs and kisses it needs. I'm just guessing though. The U-joints didn't look too overly lubricated when we took them out. We'll give her a few pumps so you see it come out the caps there. All right, you see it squirting out the caps. I hear it crackling anyways. I'll go through and grease the whole front end. I have to get some adapters here. Probably should have done it when I had the wheels off. Still got this one locked in, so get that spin. Cool, huh? Look at that, a few pumps here. Alright, I see it oozing out there. We can get on this lower. It looks like the upper ball joint's probably the OG. Alright, so it's squirting out the back of that ball joint. There we go. Lube for life. I'm gonna disconnect this axle over here. All right, there we go. go. Now she's disconnected. We'll make sure that this hub works good, which I assume it does. There's that one. So that hub works. We'll disconnect it, put it back in auto. Straighten everything out. See if there's any grease fittings on the rear drive shaft. This is where we're going. We're going for a little rip around town. A little toot, I call it. Doo doo. Whoop whoop. Alright, you hanging in there, right? Say a wink. We'll be back. Okay. We're gonna give her a couple pumps before we go anywhere. There we go. Ah, she's getting better. Shifter's awful floppy. Alright, it's getting ready to leave town. Open our windows. Brakes feel lovely. Got reverse. Have a look at that filly. Huh? Man, I'm not even a Ford guy. I'd almost consider driving that one. However, it only has one tire fire, so pretty worthless around here. Unless it's just your summertime cruiser. Well, there you have it, folks. Hopefully the video fits together well, even though it went over a period of time in one day and then a couple days in between. Hopefully it all looks good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We can't change it. But the only thing you can change is your thoughts on leaving a comment in that comment section. Questions, the comments, the concerns. Find us on the Insta, the Facebook. You guys know what to do. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.